All right, so Michael Burry saying some pretty scary stuff once again, warning us that the few days that we had in July that were pretty good, and giving us a little bit of hope to hang on to from the last half of the year, which is doing pretty bad. The overall market, I'm saying. He has some pretty interesting tweets. Obviously, in one of his tweets, he believes that the first half of this year was pretty much the market kind of adjusting from the inflation, and now in earnings season that's coming up pretty soon with a lot of companies is going to be the second half of the crash, of the slow downtrend, and he thinks that we're halfway there, which is pretty scary because the market's down pretty bad, and for it to only be down halfway, for there to be another half of this would be a pretty brutal time. So looking at his investments, he does have a pretty big short on Apple. I believe it's about 20% of his portfolio is a short put on Apple, which is pretty I don't know. I could not do the same, honestly, with how well Apple's been doing. It's up 300%, I think, in the last 5 years, maybe even more than that. And it's slowly kind of trending with QQQ and the market going down. But he does have some pretty bullish bets on Meta, they call it now. Meta, which has been on a really bad just downtrend, just absolutely got rocked. It seems like a pretty good buy now, honestly, if you believe in, the digital advertising space and all that, which is tied into Google as well, because he has a pretty big position in Google. I believe his communication sectors is Google and Meta, which accounts for almost 20% of his whole portfolio, and the rest we're not going to really look at because it doesn't really apply to any of the stuff that we should be worried about. But it's kind of interesting how he really believes in these doing well, Google and Meta, obviously, because there's such big positions in his portfolio, but he doesn't believe in Apple. I think it's from the consumer side of things. He's believing that it's going to be going down as people aren't saving as much. He said that the U.S. household savings to GDP ratio is continuously on a downtrend right now. It's only going to get lower the less that people save. He's kind of just tying in things from previous decades and other times of downtrends and stuff like this. I think he's predicting a much bigger crash. So, lots of things to look for. Hopefully you guys are staying safe in the market, holding on to some cash just in case there's some opportunity. Overall, I think Apple's still a really good buy. Google as well. Meta, I think in the long run of things, I think they're really good to hold on to. And I don't know, I feel like they all kind of correlate together, especially being such big top 10 holdings in QQQ, the NASDAQ 100. I believe the whole index, pretty much, it's really dependent on those companies to do well, because the rest are really just keeping it safe. But other than that, I hope you guys have a good one. Stay safe. Peace.